How's it going, guys? Chris back here again with some more Historic Brawl. Today, I don't know, I was feeling a little bit wild, and thought we'd go with a tribal deck. And turns out my tribe didn't have any tribal members. Because there are two cards that create tokens of this particular tribe. And that's Tentacles, man. We are Tentacle Tribal. A very weird tribal, I know, but it does work. Guess we play Midnight Clock. Why would Wizards put a subtype into the deck or into Magic the Gathering that is Tentacle? It doesn't make much sense to me. Watcher of the Watcher in the Water is our commander. He is one of two possible sources for tentacles. Man, it's just weird. It's just weird, and I know it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be weird, but it kind of is, you know. It just kind of is. I think I'll hold up mana. If I hold up mana, I can draw two cards and then create some. Create some sneaky tentacles. Declaration's done. That's one you don't see every day. I need a Wrath now, man. I just need a Wrath. Still got a Coward to work with. Or still got a Tentacle to work with. Rude. They still have mana to work with. I think our only option is to die. Well, this is a bad sign for Tentacle Tribal. Sure. Let's see if we maybe had a Wrath. Nearby? Nope. Okay. GG, opponent. So I didn't expect a lot of work from Tentacle Tribal. It was not a very solid plan. But Watcher in the Water is a cool card. And it's contemporary that also makes creature tokens of a similar variety is Nadir Kraken. So they're both Krakens. I think I have a Cure in there, so there's a little bit of Kraken synergy. So in reality, it might just be a Kraken thing. Because I think the way Wizards intends you to look at it is that the Tentacle tokens are part of the Watcher in the Water. It's just that to mechanically represent that in Magic the Gathering, they end up being separate entities, even though were they actually one entity, they would be the same creature, right? But it's mechanically difficult to represent, so they did it in a clever way that creates a token type that is just weird. Just very weird. And I will not explain why it's weird. If you know why it's weird, you know. If you don't know why it's weird, you're better off not knowing. So So, just keep that in mind. I think I will lose 2 life for this. Being attacked for 0 every turn is just not that threatening at the moment. Well, the mutation is coming, right? I guess they didn't have a red source. I mean, they had the Coldsteel Heart, so they didn't really need the red source. Though I guess his, Aluna might be a she. Her, mutate is a little bit expensive. We just get down Jace. Now, I wonder if they mutate on top of it. Will the mutated creature still have the -3/-3? Because I think it should. And if it does, Jace gets to live. But if it doesn't, Jace doesn't get to live. Why on God's green earth would you ever put that under? That's 100% over. -2? Okay. Jace gets to live and he gets a pension. Congrats, Jace. You're a really cool dude. I like you a lot. My throat sounds a little bit raspy. I don't know, man. I haven't been drinking anything that would cause it to end up sore, but it doesn't feel any different. Oh well. Oh well, oh well, oh well. Strixhaven Stadium. Say normally I think there's a little bit of audio feedback just because my mic is, it's not particularly close to my speaker, but I think it's still close enough to pick it up, because I have noticed that this mic is reasonably good at picking up noise from a distance, which is not always desirable, but it's okay, I suppose. Poor Jace. Just got hit for 1. Huh. We'll do that. We don't have any. We do have an instant. Okay. So we can just precognition field. We miss out on the scry value for our Lost Isle calling, but yeah. We could also discontinuity, which is cool. I do like me some discontinuity. Ew. Ulvar? Ulvar is definitely among the ew category. Let's not do that. The turn is over. That can go like that and pick him up opponent. I forgot that Jace would be picked up too. That's a bit bad. He's not in danger anymore though, so like that's cool. But triggering our Watcher is becoming more and more important. I wonder if there's a proliferate Strixhaven Stadium deck. If it's possible. You only have to count to 10, right? And in theory, we should have enough proliferate to do that now. Now that it's come back to standard, like, twice. Although its first iteration was a bit limited, right? Because that was War of the Spark. Not its first iteration. Its first iteration was all the way back before Arena, but here on Arena, its first iteration was War of the Spark, and then we got it again in the most recent Aftermath set, right? I think we just hold down the fort. Hold down the fort, counter anything that is obscenely dangerous. not that. Do have an Overwhelming Seas in the deck. It does make Tentacles, which is a bit of a shame, but it makes Krakens, which is adjacent to Tentacles, right? Like, if you have a non-existent tribe that you're working towards, you kind of need to just choose your battles, right? And yeah, I don't care about that. I mean, in theory, I have 8, 9 mana. So I have enough for a 4 and a 5. Yeah, especially considering that my 4 is rewind. Hey, it's a second Tentacle card. Block there. Untap our Watch from the Waters. Doesn't really matter. We're not going to target anything. We're not going to target anything. Let's get this down. And then Psych Rift. I forget that you don't actually have to target with Psych Rift. Ooh, that was weird, bro. What was that? We have to pay Phyrexian mana for this, unfortunately. We will get in the first Tentacle damage of the game. Make of that what you will. Our opponent has a lot of cards in hand. Maybe they can mutate in a Luna right this time. That'd be cool. I'm not judging. I kind of am judging. So I thought when I made a Tentacle. Oh, because I didn't untap one and then put a stun counter. I said no to both. I should have said yes to the first one and then no to the second one. My bad. I did not understand how things worked. I was young, I was naive, I didn't read, and bad things happened as a result. Not to me, he's dwarfs, mind you, but because that's what the Watcher in the Water does, right? Like, he's the guy that prevented Gloin's group from escaping Moria. I think it was Gloin. We'll pay our Nadir Kraken. We'll add some mana to draw some cards. Discard that one. Pay. You see, Whelming Wave was printed before Tentacles were a thing. So we can't really expect it to have the proper Tentacle representation. We'll keep one of our good Tentacles back. Actually, they're all rubbish. Never mind. The Tentacle ability is on him, not the Tentacles, meaning, you know. So we're going to keep our Krakens, but our Tentacles go away. And we have, like... Oh, did I miss out on a Tentacle? Dude, we have to go to the deck editor after this. I think there's another card with Tentacles. I searched Tentacles in the deck builder, and only these two cards came up. So I'm fairly certain that only these two cards exist. However, I remember there being another like octopus creature that when it enters the battlefield, it's a mythic, and you create 4 tokens of, I don't know what variety. I think they're tentacles, but they might not be tentacles. Dude, Jace was a good boy. Why'd you do this? Yeah, I'll do that. Whelming Wave? Goodbye, my lovely Krakens. Are you a creature on the other side? You are. Very neat stuff. Yeah, I don't have the mana for it. That doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. Okay. I haven't found my Palantir, so... Got over the... There was a trash mechanic from Avacyn Restored where if you had 5 or less life, you got a slight increase in whatever spell effect had the ability, and this has it too, I think, although it's not quite the same, right? Because this one, it triggers if you have 5 or more life and you're specifically gaining life, whereas it's something Hour would trigger when just on the condition that you had 5 or less life. Our file's going to trigger next turn. And our Watcher is growing ever closer to full operation. Which is a bit weird, flavorful, right? Like, because the Watcher, its main job was a guard dog, so that the dwarfs wouldn't leave from the southern exit, but here, he's basically useless in that capacity, right? Like, he's not preventing attackers from doing anything. If anything, he's actually very accommodating to attackers. Go ahead and discard some cards. You can't keep 10 cards in hand opponent. That's just morally wrong, honestly. River's Rebuke? And we'll play land. And this time around we actually will just grab ourselves the portal. Because we kind of need to guarantee our future benefits, right? Because at this rate, we've essentially used up Root. Sure, opponent. I don't think they have a way to sacrifice it, but they might. The betrayal of tentacles will not go unnoticed. I don't know, I was very unremarked about the Vial of Galadriel when it initially came out, but I'm thinking maybe there's something to it. Because just getting empty-handed and then drawing 2 cards every turn instead of 1 is basically having a Phyrexian Arena at a slightly lower cost. Because while it is still 3 mana, it will produce 1 mana every turn, right? So it's kind of like a 2 mana Phyrexian Arena if you're not that focused on land ramp. Or not land ramp, drawing cards. My god, my brain is just out of it these days. That one? Yeah, there we go. We'll untap that one. He's gonna untap, which is kind of scary. Autopay? Autopay? Old Tessie B. Can't copy that, unfortunate. You know how it is. Draw 2 cards. Discard 2 cards. Well, ain't that sad. More tentacles, more tentacles, more tentacles. I can't believe this is working, honestly. Like, this is dumb. It shouldn't work. Can you stop the Reckless Tentacle opponent? I don't know if you can. I have 6 of the bad boys. Look at them. They're scary stuff, honestly. Old Tessie B is gonna die. He's not meant to be for long for this world. But if he does die, it's basically our opponent admitting to the grudge match that victory has been achieved. What you gonna get back? You gonna steal Nadir Kraken? Because it doesn't really do any good to steal Nadir Kraken. And just casting spells until you get what you need. Oof, big oof. You kept the copy. That's hopefully unintentional. You're getting through 5 blockers is going to be a bit of a challenge. And if we untap, it's basically GG, right? Because we draw 2 from the Gladriel, an additional 1 from our Kumena's Awakening, and then additional 1 for turn. So that is 2, 3, 4 cards minimum on our next upkeep, which is so much value. Pass. The brass on the Blind Knight. The absolute brass. He stole my creature and is asking, hey, maybe you don't block this. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna block it. That's just how it goes. I do see it. I do see the line there. Nadir Kraken is a card that I did put in my deck. 24 minutes. We'll have to end it off there. Don't look at the quests. The quests are not important. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy Tentacle Tribal, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.